Drillmax electrical cabinets are produced in modular containers, like the one you can see behind me, that house all of the switchgear to manage the power supplied by the electrical generators. The choice of the Emax2 circuit breaker has made it possible, in our applications, to save space. In contrast to its predecessor, the breaker can be installed in columns with a minimum width of 400 millimeters. And when we're dealing with the installation of systems within containers like this, the narrow width is an important advantage. It's worth highlighting the real opportunity that the Emax2 circuit breaker gives us. That is, units of up to 2,500 amps can be applied within a width of 400 millimeters. Here we can see the positioning, one on top of the other, of two types of circuit breakers. And we even have the possibility, again within the 400 millimeter width limit, to make the breaker withdrawable. The whole section that interfaces with the circuit breaker, or to put it another way, the man-machine interface, especially in the display and in the trip unit, a whole series of functions have been added that concern, above all, the analysis of the incoming voltage of the current and the signals that relate to the circuit breaker. Most importantly, certain functions dedicated to the management of the generators. Another advantage that we came across when installing this equipment within the switchgear, and also when assembling the Emax2's accessory components, is the ease of insertion of all the accessories, trip coils and all the other accessories, which previously necessitated the almost total disassembly of the circuit breaker to access the parts. Today, thanks to the engineering of the Emax2, we have seen how it is possible to install the circuit breaker on the switchboard, inserting these components in a simple, intuitive way, because you just look at the item, see the housing, and know straight away where to put it. We have also noticed how simple the cabling is and, above all, how safe it is, thanks also to the fact that the terminal blocks now have spring clamps rather than screw clamps. This has speeded up the operations, allowing us to ensure that the cabling will remain secure over time, without having to carry out the clamp checks that are usually necessary in the post-sales phase. Another very important feature is the possibility to have, as standard, a series of communication protocols, ranging from Profibus to Profinet, making the equipment very flexible in this regard. Also important is the possibility to install optional extras in plug-and-play mode, which allows for the insertion into the existing circuit breaker slot of certain optional extras that were not considered necessary in the early phases of the project, but which can then be easily added at any time later on. Today, thanks also to these structures which can be remotely controlled by the remote control panel, we have the possibility to daisy chain them inside the switchboard, thereby markedly reducing the footprint with a view to reducing the modules. We have succeeded, thanks to these opportunities, to reach the objective of having containers scaled down to a size that allows them to be transported on normal trailer trucks. Until now, we always had to use special containers to house all of the switchgear.